Good morning, South Rock. Welcome to another Mark Devo. Today is Mark 12, 18 through 27. How to think about that. It's a really interesting passage, though. Basically, the Sadducees, who don't believe in an afterlife, really, they don't believe in the resurrection. They don't believe in, again, like just kind of a place that people go after they die, an afterlife. They try and corner Jesus with this very intricate Jewish law idea of, it's called levirate marriage, where if a man dies, his next brother needs to marry this woman in order to give her a child, because women can't really take care of themselves in this time. Sorry, ladies, but at this point in history, women were more property than person. And so if you don't have a son, if you don't bear a son and then your husband dies, then you're kind of left destitute. You don't have much. So it's kind of the idea of, well, if your husband dies, then the brother needs to provide for you a son so that he can take care of you later in life. So the question at hand from the Sadducees is, if this woman marries 7 brothers and they all die and then she dies, which I think the question should be, why are all these brothers dying? That's a joke. But basically it's like, well, who's going to marry her in the afterlife? And it's this idea the Sadducees had of, we're going to corner him with this logic that we have based on the law and what the law says, and I believe Exodus. And Jesus basically says, you don't even know you don't understand the scriptures, and you don't understand the power of God. He continues by saying, there's not really marriage in the afterlife. Like in the resurrection, no one's going to be married because we're going to be like angels. And then he says, and God's not the God of the dead, he's the God of the living. So you're super wrong. He almost says that. He says, you're very wrong. And basically what that means is that a lot of people get hung up on this, that there's not marriage. Like we're not going to really know our husband or our spouse in heaven in that way. And then also this idea of like, God's not the God of the dead, so what does it mean when we die? This sort of thing. Basically what you need to know is, what this is saying is God is so powerful that he has created a place for us that's beyond human understanding. Like when we die and go to heaven and are resurrected with him, our minds are transformed. We are so made new that we go to a place that's beyond human understanding. So to us, the pinnacle of relationship is marriage, right? In heaven, God is so big and powerful and has made such a place for us that our relationships will transcend our own understanding. So our marriage isn't even the tip of the iceberg of what a heavenly relationship looks like in the afterlife. And so that's what he's saying there. And then when he's saying he's not the God of the dead, he's the God of the living, that means we keep going. Like death isn't the end. We have eternity with him. And so he's saying, God, he's the God of the living because we keep going. Like this is just a kind of a waiting ground really for something much better. And so the question for the day is hopeful. How does it feel knowing full well God has created a place for you this wonderful, this transcendent, beyond our understanding? God has prepared a place with so many rooms, room for everybody on earth that knows him and loves him. God has prepared this place. And this, I cannot wait to see what my room looks like. I can't wait to see what heaven looks like. But it's, I know, going to go far beyond what I could possibly imagine in relationships with the people there, in relationships with my God, and the way it looks and sounds and everything. So how does that feel knowing full well we serve a God that's capable of that? Hope you have a good Monday.